Managing failover clustering, preparing system requirements for failover cluster. So our first task is going to be to configure static IP and preferred DNS on Ethernet 2 network connections. We're working on our first domain member, and we'll be working from PowerShell in order to save time. We're going to set the Ethernet address with the netsh command. Clarify that it's a static address. And the subnet mask. The Ethernet address is now set. We're now going to set the DNS type for Ethernet 2. Again, the netsh command. And that is set. We're now going to connect to our Windows 2012 standalone server. It's going to be plab.sa. Going to open up PowerShell, and we're going to set the adapter up. The IP address is now set. Next thing we're going to do, as we did on the domain member server, we're going to set up the DNS. Okay, we're going to set the DNS for the second network adapter. All of this is being done, as you can see, with the netsh command. All right, that's done. Right now, we're going to add plab.sa01 to the practicelabs.com domain. So we're going to do this from within PowerShell. We're going to enter our password. We should get a message that the changes will take effect at restart, which I see right now. We'll go ahead and shut the system down with the command shut down. System's rebooting. Well, the syntax that I tried first, the add Windows feature, threw me an error. So I read the error message, and the system is saying install Windows feature. So I went from add Windows feature, I just changed to the word install because the system said that's what it was looking for. So I put the command install Windows feature, file server, include management tool, include all sub features, and my result was it successfully installed. We're now back to PLAB-SA, and then we're gonna install the file server on this one as well, doing all of this from PowerShell. Alright, so it installed successfully on PLAB-SA. Yeah, we're now on our domain controller, PLAB-DC01, and what we're doing now, we're going to install an iSCSI server, and this is going to provide a shared storage volume for our domain member, PLAB-DM01, and our independent server, PLAB-SA01. We're going to work within PowerShell. Alright, so we're adding a Windows feature. The name of the feature is iSCSI Target Server, and we're specifying that we want to include the management tools. I'll hit enter and it should install. All right, so our installation is a success. All right, on this video, we're going to configure the Iscuzzy server, and that's going to be for use of PLAB DM01 and PLAB SA01. So we'll go to Server Manager, File and Print Services. Click on Iscuzzy. Notice there's nothing created yet. Let's go ahead and start the wizard. Go next through this. We're going to call this volume Quorum VHD. So this is the location, the path for our VHDX file. Click next. The size, we're going to make it into a smaller file. We're going to go to 500 megabytes. Click next. We're going to keep the new Iscuzzy target selected. And we're going to call this target name. We're going to call this target name PLAB DC01- Iscuzzy 1. Click next. On the specify access to servers, we're going to add our domain member. Click OK. We're clicking add again, and we'll add the following. Click OK. So now what we have on the specify access to servers is two initiators. That is plabdm01.practicelabs.com and plabsa01.practicelabs.com. We'll go ahead and click next. On enable authentication page, we're going to leave it as is and click next. Then click on create. It's complete. We've now created our Iscuzzy virtual disk. Now we're back on the File and Storage Services Iscuzzy page. We're going to click on Task and select New Iscuzzy Virtual Disk. We're going to go ahead and click next. We're going to name this virtual disk CSVHD. Click next. And we'll make this one 5 gigs. And select dynamically expanding. Click next. We're going to keep the defaults here. Next. And this is just our confirmations. We'll go ahead and create it. And close. In this task, we're going to connect Iscuzzy initiators to Iscuzzy target storage. So this target storage is going to provide shared volumes for the failover cluster. So let's open up Server Manager. Let's go to Tools, iSCSI Initiator. We're going to click Yes on the prompt. Quick connect. Notice on Quick Connect, the specified iSCSI target is listed as discovered target with the status reading connected. This indicates that the query initiator PLAB DM01 is now connected to PLAB DC01. Let's click Done. Notice the discovered target is now connected. Let's click OK. Back on Server Manager, we're going to go to Tools, Computer Management. Computer Management, we're going to be working inside of storage. So let's expand storage. Let's click on Disk Management. We have a couple of disks here that are unallocated. Gonna go down to disk 4. Right mouse click it. Disk 4. Right mouse click and put it online. We're going to right mouse click disk 4 again. Right mouse click disk 4 again and select initialize disk. Uncheck disk 1 and 2. We just want to initialize disk 4. Click OK. So now you notice disk 4 shows online. Now we're going to select this area of disk 4. Right mouse click, new simple value. New simple volume wizard opens. Click Next. We'll accept the default size. Next. We're going to use letter Q for this drive letter. Next. Before formatting the partition, we're going to name the volume label quorum. And we'll go ahead and hit Next and finish. So disk 4 is now available for storing data. This indicates that disk 4 is mounted and formatted and now available for storing data. Next, we're going to prepare disk 5 to be used as a cluster storage volume. So the first thing we need to do is to put it online. Then we need to initialize it. Select only disk 5. Next, we need to right-click on the unallocated space and choose New Simple Volume. Next. I'm going to accept the default size. We'll use letter V for this drive letter. We're going to name this volume CSV. Click Next and finish. So at this point, we've created two disks, Quorum Q and CSVV, and they will be used for our failover clustering. Let's close out of this. Let's cancel out of that. And keep in mind, we were working on PLAB DM01. Now we're going to switch servers. We're going to PLAB SA01. Let's minimize this PowerShell. So now we're on PLAB SA01. Go to Tools, Iscuzzy Initiator. I'm going to click Yes. On the properties, we're going to put in PLAB dc01.practicelabs.com. Click on Quick Connect. Click Done. Notice that we've discovered the drive here and it shows as connected. Let's click OK. Let's go to Tools, Computer Management. Disk Management. Notice that the shared volume is there, disk 1, but it shows as being offline. We'll right mouse click and put it online. We're now connected to the shared storage disk 1 with the lab, and that's Quorum Drive E. Let's go down to disk 2 and put this one online as well. It is now online and populated with its label CSV drive F. Let's close out of computer management.